Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joey's Retro Handhelds. I'm Joey, and today we're going to be looking at local multiplayer for the Nintendo 64 on Android devices. So you can see here I'm playing Super Smash Bros. Across 4 different devices, but I don't have 4 people to test it with, so I'm just going back and forth. And it's not perfect, but it is something you can test out on your own, and I'll talk about how to set this up and what you need to do to get it running. First and foremost, we're going to be using the M64 Plus FZ emulator off of the Play Store, and I'm pretty sure you can do it with the free version, but I'm using the Pro version here. Now, to set it up, once you have everything ready to go, you have to use the same ROM on all 4 devices, or as many devices as you want, and then on the settings you want to do Start NetPlay Server on one of the devices. And then on all of the other devices, you're going to tap on the ROM and do Connect NetPlay. And what will happen is it's going to see if it can find it on your local network. And you can see here it instantly found my RG405M, and then all you have to do is basically tap on that to have it set up. But you can also go and do it through IP address, and you're going to see I had to do that for my Retroid Pocket 2S. Alternatively, there is a get code option, and that is actually for online multiplayer, which I was never able to get to work on any of my devices. But it is something that exists if you can do the right port forwarding and all that sort of thing. But for today's purposes and today's video, we're just going to look at local multiplayer. So just local area network off of your actual network inside your house. And you can see here on the host, it shows up as a player 1 and player 2. Going back here, and once you find the NetPlay server, all you have to do is tap it on each device. So I'm just going to go through and check all of my devices. And again, it's just going to wait for the host to start the game, but you'll see it on the 405M as joined. Now, you might run into a scenario like my 2S here where it just couldn't get it automatically, meaning that it wasn't able to find it like it did on the other devices. So what you can do is just do the IP address instead. So you would go into enter IP and then just use the details from your host device. So I'm just putting in my local IP address here and then whatever port it has. You might run into some issues with port forwarding depending on your network, but mine thankfully just worked right out of the box. And there you go. You can see I connected right away, and now we can start the actual game, which you would do from the host device. All 4 players are connected, you can see them right there, and we just click start. Not everything looks like it's smooth, it's out of sync, things aren't working well. I found that the further I got away from some of my access points and from my actual network, it wasn't as good or didn't work as well. But also, the actual host device mattered a little bit as well. When I ran this again later on my actual tablet, it worked a lot better. So this is really going to depend on a lot of different factors and may not work the best for you, but keep in mind again, I'm running 4 different devices here. It might work better with just 2. Here's my second attempt at running Smash, and all I did here was reconnect to my network, so probably got a little bit better for signal strength, and you can see it's a lot better here. And of course, everything you do on one screen shows up on all of the screens, so it's very good for multiplayer. It's basically exactly like you can remember when you were a kid. There's really not much else to say on this. A lot of this is really going to depend on your network, the devices you're using, and all that sort of thing. But it's an awesome feature that you should check out and maybe try it and see if it's something that would work for you. Being able to relive some of those nostalgic N64 days is something that's worth trying and worth being able to look at. Jumping over into Mario Kart 64, and this actually ran a little bit better as well. Now, I had issues with trying to push controls on all 4 different devices. So just keep that in mind that it's a bit tough to do that, but from a connection standpoint, this actually worked a lot better.
Select your player. Let's go. Yahoo! Let's go. Yahoo! Okay. Relax, man.
And so I had to try it, but here's GoldenEye 007. And just a fair warning here, epilepsy warning, I guess. There's going to be some flashing lights and all that sort of thing. So if you're susceptible to it, you might not want to look at the screen. I'm not sure what happened, but you'll see in a second that for some reason everything went crazy for 007. And it could just be the emulator settings on a few of the devices or something else. But it was a weird thing to witness. The game itself seemed to run fine, and connection again seems like it's fine. It was mostly just something going on with the bottom 2 devices for whatever reason. And that was it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick one, something I discovered, thought it would be cool to share it with everybody. Feel free to try it out. Let me know what your experiences are. Again, you have to use the same ROM on all 4 devices, have to be on the same Wi-Fi network and same local area network and all that sort of thing. If you're able to get the online multiplayer working through the Get Code, then let me know too, because that's pretty cool. Just something I was not able to get to work. But that's going to be it for this one. Don't forget to like and sub to help this channel grow, and hope you all have a good one.